business every time a customer pays a bill for services they're already using anyway. With ACN, you can. With a 27-year track record of success, ACN is the largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Today, we operate in 27 countries and have offices throughout North America, Europe, Latin America, Asia, and the Pacific. We're constantly evolving our portfolio of products to stay ahead of what millions of consumers and businesses need and use every day. Now, ACN has added identity theft protection through ID Seal to its suite of essential services. Thanks to ACN's innovative mindset, we're just getting started, and the world is taking notice. Inc. magazine also recently recognized ACN as a private titan, a designation reserved for the largest and most iconic privately held companies in the world. This is your opportunity to establish your very own ACN business, offering the essential services that people and businesses already use every day, and an opportunity to get paid every time they pay a bill for these services. It's your life. Imagine earning an income on your own terms. That's what ACN is all about, and now you can be a part of it.
So before you get involved in any company, guys, you're going to want to evaluate it. We're going to evaluate the company together. The name of the company is called ACN. We started in 1993. We're in 27 countries in 5 continents, 4 billion in sales within the last 5 years and growing, and millions of customers acquired. We're the world largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services in the entire world. Inc. 500, A+, the Better Business Bureau. You would agree we're doing something right in a country a year. Now, what do we sell? We sell essential residential and business services. I want you to think about when's the last time you paid for one of these services or used one of these services. When it comes to the wireless phone, AT&T and T-Mobile, high-speed internet with Spectrum and Frontier, bundle TV through Spectrum, television through DirecTV, Dish, and AT&T TV, gas and electric with a company called Zoom Energy, XOOM. And then security and automation with a company called Vivint Home Security, where you can unlock your doors, control your thermostats and all that, and home automation. Payment processing with a company called Sphere, and where we can help businesses save money. And then also identity theft protection, which is identity theft insurance. When's the last time you heard of somebody's identity stolen and you have no idea what to do and where to go to stop it? Down here in the blue stripe, Fortune 500 companies have attorneys, did all the research. This is what they said. They said, you know what? Let's partner up with ACN because of our business model. We don't do internet marketing, media advertising, and mass mailing. What we do is partner up with you. You make some money, ACN makes some money, and the customer saves the money. This is referral marketing. This is relationship marketing. It's the cheapest way to get a customer, guys. Now, when I saw this slide right here, this is an online business. You're an independent business owner. It's going to cost you $199. When I saw that, I got excited. You know why? No fixed expenses whatsoever. I don't have to have a building. I don't have to have workman's comp. I don't have to have staff. I don't have to have anything. The only thing I needed was a computer and $199 and internet, and then $25 a month to run the website. Now, what is ACN going to provide you for that $25 a month? A personalized Amazon-like website where you can order all your services just like Amazon, hosting updated daily, product information ordering, US-based customer care and billing, an IBO call support center, and customer tracking. There's only 2 things you need to do here. Number 1, find people that want to make money. And number 2, find people that want to save money. This is a willable, sellable, transferable business. What do you mean by that? That means, God forbid, if something happens to me, my niece and nephew are going to get paid. What it's going to get paid if I'm no longer here, right? So that's what I got excited about, because real estate didn't provide that. Okay, so I was excited to be able to provide that. Okay, you acquired a customer, and ACN does the rest. Now let's talk about the money. The first way you make money here is on the left side: customer acquisition bonuses. What does that mean? Every time a service signs up on your website, either you do it or they do it, you get paid. 3 services, 75, 5 services, 200, 8 services, 400, 11 services, 600. And every 3 services, you're going to get a check for $200, unlimited income. The second way you make money, on the right side of the screen, you're going to get paid personal residual income up to 20% of the monthly commissional revenue of all the bills that your customers acquire. Now, how many times a year do you pay your electric bill, TV bill, security bill? You pay these bills 12 times. My mother today still has internet TV security. I signed her up 3 years ago, and I still get a little piece today. And I only signed her up one time. But this is based on your efforts. This is based on your time. There's only so much you can do. They said, Mike, you could go out and you could build an army. I said, okay, what do I got to do? He said, I need you to go to a training. I went to a training. I learned how to get customers. I learned how to build a team. I went home. I called 50 people. You're probably asking, who did I call? Great question. I called real estate agents, real estate brokers, mortgage brokers, investors, anybody that works on commission or anybody that sells products. These type of people came to my house and I invited 50 people. 17 people said they were coming. Only 7 showed up 3 years ago. Okay. I understand that 7 showed up, but this is the best part. I didn't do the presentation. Somebody else did the presentation for me and 3 people signed up. Now, the rest became customers too. So I got customers and business partners that night. I was excited. I was out of my mind. Now, after the meeting was over, those 3 people went to a training. They learned how to get customers. They learned how to build a team, the same training that you're on right now. And these guys now have multiplied into 720 business partners all over the United States of America, including 3 countries that I've never stepped foot in, UK, Canada, and Australia, where I roughly get paid just about 4,000 customers that pay their bill each month. Month after month, year after year, I'm getting paid 4% on customers that I haven't spoken to that I don't know. Now, the 4th way you're making money here, unlike any job where you only get paid one way, is you're going to get paid overriding customer acquisition bonuses. What does that mean? Every time somebody joins your team and they go out and get a couple customers, 3 customers, you're going to get paid between $50 up to $300, depending on where you are in the company, from the ranks of CQ all the way up to SVP. Now, I have some individuals on the call here that are having massive success. The first individual I want to bring up is Rahulio. He's out of the Denver marketplace. This guy's brand new in the business. Wait till you hear what he's got going on. I'm so excited because I'm coming to Denver. So good to see you on the call. Welcome to the call, your first national call.
Thank you, Michael. So my name is Rogelio Rodriguez. Like Michael said, I'm out of beautiful Denver, Colorado. That's how it looks like, really, when you come out here. I've been with ACN just under a month, just a hair under a month. And between the team and I and what everybody's helped me build, I have over about 5 business partners and around 35 customers, less than a month. And just, thanks to the training and support from the Rockstar team. And so that's just a little bit about me, guys. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for jumping on the call. Now, the next individual I want to bring up, okay, this guy's a real estate broker out of the Pennsylvania area, been with us a short period of time, having massive success. I just can't wait for you to hear what he has to say. Anthony Ramos, you out there?
I'm here. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
So I've been with ACN just probably 4 weeks now. I am a real estate broker. I'm with Century 21 Ramos Realty. We got a franchise out here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and Allentown, Pennsylvania. And so about 4 weeks, I have about we did 9 business partners. And we have about 60 customers in just my first month. And it's just unbelievable. It's all because of that Rockstar team. They're helping me out. And I just been here, it's been just 4 weeks. So I can't be thankful enough. And it's without your help, I can't help you out. So I'll turn it back to you. Thanks, Mike.
I appreciate it, Anthony. I know you're a busy guy, got a lot going on, but you're jumping on the call. I can't wait to promote you to regional director. The next individual, guys, speaking of regional director, we have somebody so close. Call me. I'll give you his phone number so you can push him a little bit. Okay. He's this close to regional director. He's excited. He's fired up. I cannot wait for you to hear his testimonial. Al Bellington, you out there?
Yeah, I'm here, Mike. Thanks a lot. So guys, I just worked in corporate America for a while, and I decided I needed to make some additional income, and this just made sense. So in the short period of time I've been with ACN, I've been able to build a team of 87 business partners with about 515 customers that we get paid on month after month. And really, I couldn't have done it without the amazing support and training from this Rockstar team that we're on, the #1 team in ACN. And of course, with the easily duplicatable system that has been given to us to succeed. So I would tell you, get to events and be coachable and learn. And let me tell you what, I'm going to pass the call back over to Mike because I'm too excited and I don't want to keep talking too much. So Mike, calls are yours.
I appreciate it, Al. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in us and jumping on the call. I know you're busy trying to wrap this thing up. I know this is your last week as an ETL. moving on to an RD. So guys, that's it for me. That's it for the testimonials. Let's give them all a hand. But now we're going to go into the training. Okay. The training starts with customers and building a team. The customer part, guys, is I'm bringing up a regional vice president. Now, he's not just just any old regional vice president. He's the #1 regional vice president last year. And this year he plays around with the 1, 2, and 3 position. Okay. He's excited. He knows the information. He coaches people in Australia from America. He's a Circle of Champions member. Now, what does that mean to you? He's handpicked by the founders to take this company to levels that the company wants to go to. So I'm excited to bring up Harsh Patel, actually my personal mentor, who taught me everything I know in this business. And I just hope you have an upline like he provides me. Harsh, the call's all yours. These guys are fired up. They want to take their business to the next level, and they're waiting for you to give the golden nuggets. The call's all yours.
Well, I appreciate you, Michael. Guys, welcome to the call here today. Just excited to spend some time with you this evening. Guys, didn't Michael do a phenomenal job just going over the business overview here tonight? I mean, this guy is always in the top 5 of ACN month after month, year after year, out of 500,000 people. So Michael, I just want to say congratulations. And the only way you get in there is by helping people, not only get paid, but getting promoted, just like you're about to help another regional director, my man. So congratulations to you. And that's what really tells me about a great leader is not only, him getting to a position, but helping multiple people hit the same position he is. And Michael, just want to say congratulations and great business overview, guys. A lot of kind words by Michael, guys. I'm just super fired up to be here. I am super excited to be with each and every single one of you. My background was actually in banking. I used to work at a bank. I don't know if you guys know, I was a manager of 2 branches, lived paycheck to paycheck, kind of hated life. I don't know how you guys can relate to that, right? That's just where I was. And a customer of the bank asked me a simple question: Harsh, do you look at other ways of making money? I said, man, what do you got? I want to get out of here. Like, this is a dead end place. I want to get out. What do you have? And I got blessed with this opportunity 7 years ago, believe it or not. 7 years ago, took a look at it. To me, it just made sense. How many of you guys, when Michael did the pre-state, just made sense? Meaning every single person has a cell phone in their pocket. Every single person has a television in their house. Every single person you and I know has to use internet, yes or no? So when I took a look at the fact that we were marketing service that everybody had to use, and companies that we know, love, and trust, if you know what I mean, right? Could we agree every single company that you saw on there, we know, love, and trust? I mean, these are Fortune 100 companies. These are big companies, right? Name branded companies. And we get to market their services. At that point, got excited. I went to a training just like what you guys are here doing today 7 years ago, and forever changed my life. My first month, I hit 2 promotions. Never in my life I got 2 promotions my first month. 7.5 months later, I actually was able to walk away from my job and started doing this full time. And it's been a complete blessing for what this company and my family, what this company's done for myself and my family. But my job here today is to talk about customers. Now, could you agree, if you own a business, we got to get customers, whether it's ACN or any other business? How many of you guys understand it? How many of you guys, show of hands, if you guys get with the videos, cameras on, show of hands, no business owners have to have customers in order to make money, yes or no? Could you guess the same exact thing that has to happen in ACN, right? So my job here today is actually very simple. It's to talk about acquiring customers, because could we agree acquiring customers equals income? Yes or no? Acquiring customers equals income. And my job here today is to show you how you can get paid today, not tomorrow, not the day after, get paid today. Okay, so I want to get you paid and promoted. If you're going to write something down right now, I want you to write, I'm going to get paid and promoted. I want to welcome all the new people that decided to partner up. If this is your first training, welcome to the first training. Congratulations for being here today. Now, like I said, our job is to make sure in your first training here, we show you how you can make money today, not tomorrow, not the day after, but today. Fair enough? So we're going to show you how to make money today by acquiring customers. So I'm going to share my screen here real quick. Here we go. Here we are. So if you take a look at customer acquisition, we're going to start making money today. Now, if you're taking notes, here's your first 24-hour goal. You want to get paid and promoted, like I said. If you're writing something down, I want you to write this down real quick. I want you to write customer qualify, which is CQ. See, CQ is the first position, is by far the most important position in ACN, because this is where you start opening up the marketing plan and where you get paid. Now, here's the thing. If we don't get you CQ, you don't make any money. It doesn't matter how many people are on your team. It doesn't matter how many customers go on your team. If you don't get customer qualified, you make zero income. So the first thing we got to do is make sure you get customer qualified so you don't miss any bonuses. Fair enough? So we got to get you customer qualified. We got to get you in the position to earn money. Okay. The second thing here is, how do you become customer qualified? If you're taking notes, it's very, very simple. 3 services, 7 points. Don't worry about points just yet, because I'm going to share a slide with you here in a bit of what points are. But there's 2 ways to get customer qualified: 3 servers, 7 points, or 2 servers that total 12 points. And now you have qualified to earn your first direct deposit. See, when Anthony got his first direct deposit on this call, could you agree that's what made him more excited to take a look at ACM? Like, man, this thing actually pays. See, when Mr. Rodriguez took a look at this and got customer qualified, he's like, man, I'm not going to leave any money on the table. I'm going to make sure I get paid on every single person that comes in, the customers that come in, right? So if you're brand new on the call, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get paid and promoted to customer qualified. That's CQ. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to get done today. Before you go to sleep today, if you're brand new, reach out to the person that invited you to the call. Be like, how do I get customer qualified? What do I got to do to get customer qualified? And we will walk you through how to get customer qualified so you don't miss any money. Fair enough? Now, how do you get the customers? Now, the first way you do it is by doing a presentation. The next speaker is going to talk about having a presentation. People that are going to say no to the opportunity, meaning they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to the opportunity, make them a customer, right? So all the no's are your customers. People that you do business with. How many of you guys can agree? Everybody here either has a barber, a nail place you go to if your girl's on here, meaning you have people that you do business with. Your accountant, meaning could you agree you do business with people, right? Now, is it not only safe to say if you do business with them and you're their customer, they should be your customer? Right? So people that you do business with, they should definitely be your customer. Friends and family. See, how do you talk to friends and family? It's simple, very simple. Can you do me a huge favor? Use favor, why, help, try. Can you do me a huge favor? Share your why. Would you mind helping me out and trying my service? That's all you got to really say to friends and family. And then the easiest way to get customer qualified is do it yourself. How many of you guys want to know the hard way to do it? The hard way is to, talk to these people. The easy way to do it is just get yourself customer qualified. You can get a handful of service yourself to get customer qualified. Now, here's what happens when you start thinking like a business owner. Now, what do I mean by becoming your own customer? Here's the thing. Could you agree when you become your own customer, you're training yourself? How many of you guys want to not make the mistake on somebody you know versus you rather make the mistake on yourself? Yes or no? If you do make any. Now, it's very simple to become a customer of all the services. So by you becoming a customer, let's say for electricity, it's very simple for Zoom Energy. Once you do it yourself, could you agree you can help somebody else become a customer? Once you become your own cell phone customer, could you agree you could help somebody else become a cell phone customer, right? So the first thing I did was I became my own customer. The first thing I signed up into ACN, they said I could become my own customer. The first thing I did was become my own customer. I became a customer of electricity, gas, TV, internet, home security, meaning if I was going to pay these bills, I'm going to pay myself on it. It does not make any sense. Number one, it trained me. How many of you are going to agree when you become a customer yourself, it trains you? But the second thing it does also is builds your belief. When you see the cell phone service still works, the electric's still on, you're still paying a direct TV bill. Could you agree? When you see nothing changes, it builds belief in the services, yes or no? How many of you guys can agree at that point? You're like, you know what? I have the service. It works. Meaning I got Vivint Home Security because I got Vivint Home Security. Now I can talk about it because it built belief. And like I said, if I'm going to pay a bill to all these different big spaces, meaning big different industries, whether it's the wireless industry, whether it's the internet, the television industry, it only made sense for me to become my own customer. Meaning, how many of you guys can agree if you owned a Mercedes-Benz, right? You owned a Mercedes-Benz dealership. Are you going to pull up in a BMW to your Mercedes-Benz dealership? No. What are you going to pull up in? A Mercedes-Benz, yes or no? Because you're going to be the product of your own business. Same concept here. You want to become your own customer so that way you're showing people, hey, listen, look, I'm a customer myself. It works. That way other people, especially your employees, like I said, if you own a Mercedes-Benz dealership and you pull up in a BMW, would you not agree your employees would be like, he doesn't even believe in his own product. He's driving something else. You follow what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you want to make sure you become your own customer and get yourself customer qualified. So monthly customer bonus is actually very, very simple, guys. Now you can make money for acquiring customers. So if you're for 3 services and 7 points or 2 services and 12 points, you make $75. Take a quick picture of this. It's actually very simple. If you have your phone, just take a quick picture of this so you have it in front of you. It's 5 service, 10 points, actually gets you $200. 8 service, 16 points, gets you 400. 11 service, 22 points, gets you 600. And then for pretty much every 3 services beyond that point, you get unlimited $200. You can literally refer as many customers as you want every single month and earn enough from bonuses. Let me guys ask you a simple question on this call. Show of hands. Before I'm going to stop screen share real quick. How many of you guys know, if you're brand new on this call, at least 11 people that use electricity? Show of hands. Raise your hand if you know at least 11 people that use electricity. 11. I bet you if I just open your phone book and I just see A's, you have enough people with the letter A that start your phone book. Could you agree that use electricity? See, guys, if they just become your customer and you're for 11 customers right there, that's already $600 enough for a bonus. Do you guys see how crazy that is? So you can refer as many customers as you want on a month-to-month basis and get upfront bonuses at the end of the day. Now, call to action, like I said, the next 48 hours, we talked about the first 24 hours, we want to get your customer qualified. Yes. The next 24 hours, we want to host a Zoom meeting. The next speaker is a master at this. So he's going to teach you exactly, and I mean exactly, how to become successful and have a phenomenal Zoom meeting. And once you put those two things together, you'll earn your first check. You'll earn your first month bonus, which he'll talk about here in a bit, because this month's bonus is absolutely phenomenal. And the only way to hit that bonus is to get customer qualified today, meaning immediately, and host a Zoom. Right? That's the only way to get that big bonus. So let's talk about the points. You guys all have questions. Guys, take a picture of this. We offer all these different services. Each service has a point value, right? So if you look at ID theft protection, if you get the monthly plan, that's 2 points, quarterly is 4, annual is 8. So depending on what plan you get, the more points you get. Electricity and gas are 1 and 2 points each right now. Home security is 8, cell phones up to 10 points. Payment processing for credit cards is 6. Internet TV is where between 1 to 5 points. Now, if you look on the bottom right, it gives you an example of how to get customer qualified. Let's just say you order home security for your own house. You get ID theft protection. Well, quarterly plan, for example, that right there, you got 2 services, right? Could you agree? You got 2 services and you got a total of 12 points. 8 plus 4 is 12, and you just made a $75 check. Now, your goal, if you get 5 services and 10 points, you get $200. If you look on the bottom right side, let's say you got home security, ID theft protection quarterly. If you got ID protection monthly, and then gas, electricity, that's 5 services and 10 points gives you $200. All right. So at the end of the day, you can see how that is, right? And how that works. Now, here's my suggestion. Right away, become a customer of these 4 services right there. ID theft protection, become a customer of it. Become a customer of Zoom Energy if it's available in your backyard. Definitely become a customer of home security, and definitely become a cell phone customer for Flash Wireless or AT&T. Why? These are the easiest service to become a customer of, and by far the most lucrative. How many of you guys can agree your cell phone bill, your electric bill are by far the highest in your household? Now, if we get paid a percentage of those bills, could you agree you want to become a customer of the biggest bills you pay in your household? Yes or no? Could you agree your cell phone bill and your electric bill is by far the biggest bills in your household? Now, if you become your own customer, you could obviously not only make yourself upfront bonuses, but also get customer qualified, right? So become a customer of these services, get customer qualified today. There's a great bonus on the table right now. For every 5 energy customers, Zoom Energy customers you refer, you make $200 unlimited. So every single one of you guys, people on the call here today, guys, literally raise your hand when I ask the question, do you know at least 11 people that use electricity? How many of you guys raise your hand for that? Now, because 5 services, you know, if you get 10 Zoom customers, boom, you just made $400 on top of your customer qualified bonus and everything else. You guys follow me so far? This is an addition bonus. This is an add-on bonus to becoming customer qualified. So you can refer as many Zoom Energy customers you want. And, you know, and this is limited for this month only. So take advantage of it. It's only for the month of October. Okay. Now, don't stop there, guys. We got to get you ETL. You guys heard some people on the call. You heard Anthony on the call. You heard Mr. Rodriguez on the call. You heard Al on the call. They all became an executive team leader, which is a second position in their first 30 days. They hit the fast start bonus, and they each made a minimum of $700 already. How many of you guys can agree if you make $700 in your first week, 2 weeks, a month, that's a story? Yes or no? Meaning, could you agree that's a story? You started in ACN. You started with 224. Your first month, you made $700. Now, where can you go in business and recoup your investment back, and not only recoup it, but triple it in your first month? It's pretty hard to do anywhere else out there. Can we agree to that? Meaning it's pretty hard to triple your investment your first month. So guys, create that story. Get executive team leader knocked out. How do you get executive team leader knocked out? You get customer qualified, like we talked about, and host a Zoom meeting. Right? Here's what happens. Once we create your story, guys, see the story that I created my first 2 months, I made $1,700. See, I still say that story today. Why? Because it's valuable. Yes or no? When people ask you, hey, how are you doing in the business? And when you could show documentation, well, I already made $200 with this by, helping people, not including myself and a few other people, become customers right there. Would you agree? It'll be more believable for the people you're going to introduce this to. So create that story, go ETL and collect a $700 check minimum. Because guys, procrastination is a thief of opportunity. Get customer qualified today. If you don't mind, guys, in the chat, there's a chat icon. If you don't mind, in the chat, write down what you're going to do. If you're going to get customer qualified, make sure you get customer qualified today. If you're not customer qualified, write in the chat, I will get customer qualified. That is very, very, very important. That creates a story. Guys, stories is what's going to help you build this business in a very, very, very big way. So guys, get customer qualified. That is very, very important. Become a customer, become the product of your own product. This will help you in a very, very big way. Now I'm going to get myself on it. Absolutely, Taylor, working on it. I will see you next time we talk, Taylor. We're going to get customer qualified. I will get Peter Francis. I see you get customer qualified. I mean, I see a lot of people are going to get customer qualified. Guys, that way you can earn income and earn that fast start bonus. The next speaker to talk about. Now, speaking of the next speaker, I'm going to get myself out of the way. I'm going to get myself out of the way right now and introduce to you the gentleman that was a customer at the bank I used to work at. And guys, let me tell you this. I got a chance to meet him. He was a customer there. I saw what he was making. I'm like, man, I wonder what this guy does. I had full access to his ACN direct deposit. I'm like, man, I wonder what this guy does. And finally, I had enough courage to be like, you know what, Mike, what do you do? And he asked me a simple question, Harsh, do you look at other ways of making money? I said, absolutely. He goes, great. My brother Patrick helped me make a lot of money. I want to introduce you to Patrick. I said, okay, I don't want to talk to you no more. I'll talk to your brother, Patrick. But now a little bit later, it's crazy. I find out he's the #1 guy in all of ACN for the last 16 years in a row. He's a Circle of Champions member. So we operate 27 different countries. And guys, this guy's the #1 guy at the highest position in the company. And he hit the highest position twice, not only once, but twice. So you're about to learn from the best of the best of the best on how to build a team, how to create leverage, how to create distribution, the creator of the system that you're learning here today. And that's none of the double senior vice president, the #1 guy in all of ACN or all around the world, top producer, senior vice president, Circle of Champions member, Mr. Mike Mazer. Mike Mazer, there's a bunch of people on this call want to know how they can get to where you're at. And I know you're the best person to teach us. So if we could, senior vice president, Circle of Champions member, Mr. Mike Mazer.
And Harsh, I'm excited to be on this call and congratulations for your success. Harsh right now is the #2 regional vice president in all of ACN. He's a Circle of Champion member. And what that means, he's helped a lot of people have success at ACN. How many of you like that part about it? It's about people helping people. And, Harsh brought 3 things to the table that are so important is #1, work ethic. How many of you agree anything in life worthwhile is going to take work? Yes or no? See, this isn't get rich quick. This is get rich, but it's going to take time and it's going to take work. And now, even though Harsh was in medical school at the time, he was working full time at the bank. Can we agree he was busy? How many of you can relate to Harsh? How many of you are busy? But he carved out some time for ACN. And, he gave a full-time effort on a part-time schedule. Second thing he brought to the table was a reason for doing the business. See, how many of you guys know why you're on this Zoom tonight? Like, why do you want to learn something new? Why are you in ACN? And Harsh was just to retire his parents. He had that big why. And the third thing is he was coachable. And how many of you agree sometimes that's the hardest thing? How many of you tried ACN your own way and you didn't get the results you wanted? Right? Harsh was extremely coachable to the system. Today, he's a regional vice president, Circle of Champion member. Him and his organization are #2 in all of ACN. So congratulations, Harsh. Guys, you're fired up to be here. And first, I want to say congratulations to everybody. Man, there's 53 people on this Zoom that want to improve their life, that want to do better, live residual income. I don't know why you're here, but let me tell you why I came here. When I started ACN, I've been with ACN 19 years, and my background had nothing to do with this. Never was a real business owner. I always worked for people. My background was working hard and, making a living. How many of you know what I mean? And I've done everything from worked at a car lot, delivered pizza to construction, but when I took a look at ACN with my brother Patrick, it just made sense. How many of you, this just makes sense? Like, it was a no-brainer to me, because you didn't have to convince me if people were going to use a cell phone. Like, you didn't have to convince me if people were going to use electricity. And, we got started, and, here's what we did is we attended a training. And now it wasn't as simple as clicking a link. See, how many of you are sitting at your home right now? How many of you, it was easy to get on this Zoom? What'd you have to do? Just click the link. I had to drive 165 miles one way to my first training. I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania. I had to go to Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. My brother and I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and we drove to a training. And, we got there and here's what we saw. People having fun. People having success, people making money when they're sleeping. I mean, there was people that were making part-time money. There was people that were making full-time money, and there was people that were making life-changing money, but they taught us a simple system. And here's what we did. We applied what they taught us. We applied a simple system. We didn't overcomplicate it. Now, we did a little bit in the beginning, but we all do that. Can we agree? How many of you agree that the secret to success is simplicity? The simpler you keep it, the more people that can do it. You can do it. You can teach someone else how to do it. And, we just started putting people in front of this opportunity. And today we have an organization that's referred hundreds and hundreds of thousands of customers to ACN. Now, can we agree, no matter what happens in the economy, people are going to pay these bills? Yes or no? Think about this. Me and tens of thousands of people get a little piece of every dollar those customers spend. But I'm more excited today than I was 19 years ago because of this technology. Why? Because think about it. How easy is it to access the information today? We have the internet. We have Zoom technology. How easy is it? I'm in Dallas, Texas. For me to do a training like this for you guys would all have to come to Dallas, Texas. Think about that for a second. It's simple. It's simple. It's easy. It's never been more. And today, the other thing that's happening is I'm seeing more people joining ACN than I've ever saw in my career because of what's going on in the world. People are looking for a plan B. How many of you here are on here because you're looking for a plan B? Looking for a plan C? Look, a wealthy person told me, he goes, Mike, if you don't have a plan B and your plan A don't work, you're a volunteer victim. I mean, that blew me away because I never thought to have a plan B because I was always taught to have a plan A. What I'm going to teach you tonight is how to build an organization. But two things you got to be is, number one, coachable. Everybody say coachable. How many of you just resisted that? How many of you, it's easier to say than be coachable. See, remember this a second, is our goal is to help you have success quicker than we did. How many of you like that fact? See, I don't want you to make the same mistakes my brother and I did. I don't want you to be on that emotional roller coaster like we did, but you got to be coachable. The second thing is realizing why you're doing it. See, you could go out and get customers, and Harsh did a great job. And by the way, if you don't have your 3 or 4 customers, you just got started. If you don't have 3 or 4 customers and someone comes into your business, you won't make any money. So if you're taking notes and you don't have any customers, write down, I got to get my customers after this call. The person that brought you in, they'll help you. There's a lot of people here to help you. I'll put my number out there. I'll help you. But there's more than enough help for you to do that. But my job is to teach you how to build distribution. Like, look, J. Paul Getty was one of the first recorded billionaires in history. And here's what he said. I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort versus 100% of my own. How many of you know what that means? How many of you are getting how do you get 100% of your own efforts? Meaning, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. How many of you know that one? Yeah, that was me. But this was a wealth building principle. Here's what ACN said. You can introduce this business to as many people as you want, and you have unlimited income potential. That blew me away. Unlimited income potential. No ceiling, no ceiling. I can introduce this to as many people as I want. And I'm going to show you how, from your computer, you can build an organization that can span the globe of ACN, right? But first, you got to be coachable. Now, Harsh, if you might start the slides. Right here is you want to do this. Harsh taught you how to do the first part. Get yourself 5 services, right? That's simple, right? Look, if you can't sell yourself, how can you do it? How can you sell anybody else? Like, if you can't make yourself a customer, how can you help anybody else? But the second thing is we want to get a minimum of 2 people on your team. We get 2 people on your team, and that happens within your first couple weeks of business. ACN is going to give you a bonus of $925. Now, think about this a second. You started a business, you hosted a meeting on Zoom, you got a couple customers, and in the next 2 weeks, you make a check for $925. How many of you'd be excited about that? How many of you agree it would make a good story? See, can we agree when you go out talking to people about ACN and they look at the presentation, they're going to ask you questions like, how much money have you made? Or what did you do? See, imagine you could say, look, I came in, I attended a training, I scheduled a Zoom up, I invited some people to a Zoom. In my first couple of weeks, I made $925. Can we agree that's a powerful story? Yes or no? Can we agree you can attract people with that story? Because people will be like, look, I could do that. Now, the first thing you want to do is schedule your Zoom, right? Now, look, in the next 24 to 48 hours. So today is Thursday, right? I would either do my Zoom Friday or Saturday. Now, why these 2 days? Number one is this, is our next training is Sunday night. So think about this. Imagine if you schedule your Zoom for Saturday at 1 o'clock. Right? I'm going to teach you how to get people on the Zoom, and you're going to have people that come on that Zoom, and you're going to have some people that say, you know what, I want to become a customer, and they'll become a customer, but you're going to say, some people are going to be like, I want to become a representative, and they're going to sign up in the business. But here's the great thing, that Saturday, they can attend their first training on Sunday. Everybody following me on this. They can attend their first training on Sunday, and they can have their first Zoom on Monday or Tuesday. Do you see how you can build your business quickly? But the speed of the team is determined by the leader. See, here's what I do know. If you procrastinate, it's the thief of opportunity, yes or no? I've watched people say, well, you know what, let me get back to you on scheduling my Zoom. And, you know, they called me to schedule it. My schedule was already booked. So here's the other thing. This week on Monday, we scheduled 266 Zooms as an organization. That's how many Zooms we scheduled. So can we agree the presenters, their names or their agendas are filled up? So you want to get in their agenda ASAP. So do me a favor, text the person that put you on the Zoom and say, I want to do my Zoom Sunday at, or excuse me, Saturday at, Friday at, pick a time that works for you. Now, the second thing you're going to do is write a list of names. Now, this list right here will determine success or failure. And what do I mean by that? Is the more people you have on your list, the more people that you're going to have that are going to be reps and customers. See, all the people that come into your business in the beginning are going to come off of this list, period. Look, if you had a small list of people, you're going to have a small list of people to call. You have a big list, you got a big list of people to call. You know, I remember when they said a minimum of 100 names. I didn't think I could get to 100. How many of you know what I mean? Why? Because I started prejudging people. You know, I would put my broke friends over here, and, you know, I started putting people on my list that, you know, weren't as successful than me, but everybody that was more successful than me, I started prejudging. How many of you prejudge people? And you put things down like too successful. No, I'm not going to call them, or they wouldn't be good for ACN. See, here's what you're going to find. 19 years of doing this. People you think will do it, won't do it. People you think won't do it, will do it. And here's the keys to the people that you want to do it. Number one, business owners. People that own businesses are open-minded to business. See, when you show this business to a business owner, here's what they see. No overhead, no fixed costs, no liabilities, no employee, no rent, not all I got to do is put people in front of this, and they do the same thing, and I could build a business around the world. I'm in. They join and they bring other people with them, other business owners, people with network marketing experience. How many of you heard of this industry before? You heard of companies like Mary Kay Cosmetics. You realize Mary Kay sold $2 billion last year in cosmetics, but they sold what? Cosmetics, right? There's other companies out there that sell products, like cleaning products, you know, but, you know, here's what they got to do is sell. Can we agree? We're not selling here. But here's why I point that out is when you find somebody on your list that has already done this and they see ACN, they bring their experience over here. And I'll give you an example. We have a gentleman that joined our business. His name's Noah Brandy. Noah Brandy was in another company, right? And they marketed services, but they only had one service. And he came over here. He said, man, this is incredible. You guys have all these services. Here's what he did. He left the company he was with, came over here, brought his talents and abilities with him, and he went regional vice president in under 2 years. See, how many of you like to have somebody come in your business and go regional vice president? Right? We all would, right? Why? Because you get to override. But here's the exciting thing, because he had network marketing experience. You know, people in real estate. right? That's always a great, and everyone else. But here's what I can tell you is don't prejudge and put the biggest list you can together. You know, my first list had 70 people on it. That was my first list. My second list had over 100 people on it. Why? Because we know people. But sometimes you got to sit down and write it out, because here's why I tell people, if you're working with me, I want to see your list. Like I want to see it, because when you write it out, you know, people come to your mind, they leave it just as fast. Yes or no? So you want to make sure you write out the list. Now, here's the other thing is invite. Everybody that's had massive success in our business, they've done one thing correctly. Now they've had different backgrounds, different education, you know, different countries, but they all did one thing correctly. They put a lot of people in front of the Zoom. And I'll give you an example. I was talking to Mark Washington. He's a regional director. I don't know if he's on the line, but Mark Washington is the #1 regional director in ACN. He's been with ACN 121 days. Can we agree 121 days isn't anything? You might think, well, how did he come into the business in 121 days, go regional director and be the #1 regional director in the company? Here's what he did. Is his first list he showed me had 150 names on it. The script that I'm going to teach you, I taught him. He called 150 people. 75 of them said, yeah, I'll come take a look. They jumped on the Zoom. 25 of them signed up. 121 days later, he has 125 IBOs on his team and almost 900 customers. Now think about that. That's what? 100 and some days. Like that's nothing. How many agree that time's going to come and go anyways? But you know what? He got it started. And as people came in the business, you know, first question they asked Mark, what did you do? He's like, well, I wrote a list of 150 names. I called every one of them. I got 75 to come to a presentation. 25 signed up. And today I have this many on the team. So guess what his people did? The same thing. See, can we agree people do as we do, not as we say? Look, if you put 3 people on a Zoom, look, one of them might sign up, but you know how many they're going to put on the Zoom? 3, if you're lucky, right? Because 50% show up. They'll invite 3 and 1 will show up, right? It duplicates. So the person that can put the most people in front of this wins. Now, I have a script that was taught to Patrick and I that works. That's work. If you ask Harsh, if you remember Harsh's story, I was the guy that asked him, do you look at other ways of making money? See, think about this. I used what was taught to me, 12 years in the business. I still do it to this day. Now, before I teach you the script, I want to point out that people see you as you. Think about that a second. See, people see you as you. I'll give you an example. Imagine if I came on the Zoom tonight and started giving out medical advice. Would anybody be a little skeptical of that? Why? Because I'm not a doctor. So imagine if I called somebody and said, hey, we're going to get rich. It's in services. Jump on this Zoom. I can't wait for her to make a lot of money. What do you think people are going to do? They're going to become skeptical, yes or no? They're going to say, no, thanks, not interested, right? But if you use this script and you use this script correctly, I'll guarantee people will come from your list to your Zoom. Now, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite everybody, right? So let's say I called you up. You're on my list. I called you up and said, hey, it's Mike. Do you have a second? I want to ask you a question. Do you look at other ways of making money? Now, when asked a question, wait for an answer. Now, you're going to get one of 3 types of answers. You're going to get yes, you're going to get no, or what are you talking about? Now, let's talk about the no a second. If you call up somebody, you look at other ways of making money, and they say no, thank them and get off the phone. You don't want to catch what they got. Like, I answer yes to that question no matter what. But meaning, if they say no, don't get your salesperson hat on and say, what do you mean you don't look at other ways of making money? The Zooms don't, no. Thank them and move on. Because here, let me give you a piece of advice. If somebody is not open-minded enough to get on a Zoom, to take a look at a 15-minute presentation of someone having success, I probably don't want them there. How many of you know what I mean? That's not the person we're looking for. We're looking for people that are looking for us. Now, let's say they say yes, or what are you talking about? Now, let me start over again. So I'm going to invite you again. Call you up. Hey, it's Mike. You got a second? Great. Want to ask you a question. Do you look at other ways of making money? Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I've been working on a car lot for 9 years, not getting rich. So I started looking around at other things. I ran into a company that deals in services, but I met a guy named Harsh Patel. Give you a little background on him. He was in the banking industry. He started with this services company, and today he's having massive financial success. Yeah, you heard me right. Massive financial success. He's doing so good that Sunday at 2:00, he's going to be doing a Zoom for me and a select group of people. It's going to be about 15 minutes. Now, have you ever used Zoom? And can I put you down as coming? Now, can we agree that's simple? Yes or no? Can we agree that's to the point? But what am I doing is I'm edifying Harsh. See, I'm not selling what it is. I'm selling the meeting with somebody that's having success doing it. Now, let me do it again. Hey, it's Mike. You got a second? Want to ask you a question? You look at other ways of making money. Now, let me back up. Do you see how I'm getting excited? Everybody catch that. Do you realize that excitement, our communication is 87% body language, inflection, tone? How many of you see that? If you're excited, people will naturally be attracted to you, yes or no? How many of you walked into a bar or a restaurant or anywhere and you see a group of people in the corner having fun? How many of you just naturally gravitate to them? What's going on over there, right? Why? Because they're excited. So there, let me invite you guys again. I just get so excited to do the invitation. Why? Because I know what it can do to each and everybody. I know what getting people on Zooms can do to your business. So let's say I call you up and say, hey, it's Mikey. Question, you look at other ways of making money? Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I've been working on a car lot for 9 years. I'm not getting rich doing it. And I started looking around at other things. But I ran into this guy named Harsh Patel. Background on him, he's in the banking industry. You know, he's had success, but man, he started with this service company. He's having massive financial success. Yeah, you heard me right. Massive financial success. He's doing something that Sunday at 1:00, he's going to be on a Zoom. You ever used a Zoom before? And he's going to show me and you exactly what he's doing. Oh, you got a question? What's your question? Any question people ask me, here's how I answered it. That's a great question. I don't know all the details, but here's what I do know. The company deals in services. The gentleman's name's Harsh Patel, and he's having massive financial success. And based on his success, I want to hear what he has to say. How about you? Oh, you got another question? That's another great question. I don't know all the details, but here's what I do know. The company deals in services. The gentleman's name's Harsh Patel, and he's having massive financial success. And based on his success, I want to hear what he has to say. How about you? And how many of you have some slow people in your life? You know, people that might ask a third question. Then when people ask me a third question, you know, and they'd ask me a question, I'd be like, that's a great question. Like I said, I don't know all the details. I'm in the car business. I don't know anything about services, but Harsh Patel does. Now, can I put you down as coming to the Zoom, or should I just call somebody else? See, what am I doing? I'm sorting, not selling. Can we agree there's a difference? See, I'm not selling you to come to the Zoom. I'm seeing if you're open-minded enough to come listen to something for 15 minutes. That's all I'm doing. See, I'm not going to get into the services. I'm not going to get into any other question, because guess what? One question leads to a second, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth. And then finally, people say, you know what? That doesn't sound like it's for me, when they don't have all the information. So here's what I can tell you. Get good at that script. Now, you know what I did? Is when I learned the script, I invited my brother Pat, and then he invited me, and then I invited him, and he invited me, and I invited him, meaning we practiced the script. Why? Because I knew I was going to get nervous. Anytime I do anything for the first time, you get a little nervous, yes or no? And I knew I was going to be nervous, but I knew if I practiced it enough, even if I got nervous, everything would work out. And here's what I found. When I used the script, people came to take a look at the meeting. Now, you guys have it easier today than what I did, because I had to invite them to my living room. Today, all you got to do is send them a Zoom link and get them on a Zoom. But you want to pre-qualify the people by asking them that question. Don't just send them the Zoom link, say, hey, show up. You need to pre-qualify them, because we're looking for people that are looking for us. Now, at the end of the Zoom, let me explain what's going to happen. You're going to have 3 different types of people in your Zoom. You're going to have people that say yes. I was on a Zoom the other day, guys. Yep, I'm ready to get started, right? What do? Sign them up as an IBO. And then I was like, you have to come to training on Tuesday night. This was Monday when I did the Zoom, right? And you're gonna have people that have questions. Here's what questions mean interest. Here's what I do is when they have a question, I answer the question, I start promoting the training. Because here's what we found. 80% of the people, 80% that saw a presentation and spend another hour coming to training to look at this will sign up in the business. So I get them to training. And then there's people that say no. Everybody say no. No. So you know what I love about no's? No's became my customers. See, people say, how'd you get customers? No's. People came to the meeting and said, you know what, Mike, it's not for me. It's not my thing. I said, great. Would you do me a favor and try my service? And they said, yes. Every customer that I have today has already saw a presentation and decided not to do it, and they became my customer. So even the no's, you're going to come to like, right? Because they're going to be your customers. Now, how many of you agree this is pretty simple? But we don't keep it simple, do we? The simpler you keep this, the faster you're going to go. Now, let me talk about mindset a little bit. Right? Here's reality. When I learned this part of the business, things changed for me. Now, remember, I was in the car business, so I'm like, well, I got to sell people. No, see, selling is not what we're doing. We're sorting here. See, when you ask the question, you look at other ways of making money. Can we agree? We're sorting person. There's either going to be the yes or the no. Can we agree? If they're no, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you answering my phone. Appreciate you. If they say yes, then we get them. See, sorting is fun, but convincing is draining. How many of you know what I mean? Be a professional, listen, sort, move on. And remember, a no might not be a no forever. See, everybody on your list are going to fall into one of four categories. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. Look, I had people, I give you an example. I have a gentleman, his name's Tom Barr. Tom Barr is a regional director in our team. But when Patrick and I took a look at ACN, Tom Barr, I worked at the pizza shop with, and we sold cars together. And he took a look at ACN. I remember he came over to our living room, took a look at ACN, and he goes, thanks, but no thanks. I said, damn, appreciate you coming. Thank you for taking a look at it. Would you be my customer? And guess what Tom did? He was our customer. But I didn't make him feel bad about his no. How many of you know what I mean? Well, years go on. Time went on. My brother and I moved away. We went regional vice president, senior vice president. Life changed for us. You know, life leaves clues, cars, homes, you know, all kinds of different things. And he was watching my brother on Facebook. And he said, hey, look, I've never been more interested. 10 years later, I've never been more interested in what you guys are doing today than what you're doing today. And he came in the business and became regional director. Now, think about this. If I would have made him feel bad about his no, he wouldn't be in the business today. So remember, you're sorting people. Timing is everything for people. Your job is just to put them in front of it. Their job is to make a decision whether it's for them or not. Now, here's the great thing about ACN. It's the same for everybody. Can we agree today? It's not the same for everybody out there, yes or no? See, the company's the same for everybody. They don't say, women, you've never been paid what men get paid in the workplace, so we're going to pay you differently here. You know what they say here? Equal is equal does. How many of you like that? How many of you like the fact that ACN's looking for regional vice presidents? They're looking for senior vice presidents. Heck, we got a guy that came into our business. His name's Moses. I don't know if he's on here tonight. Moses, 85 years old. He's been in ACN for 2 weeks and has 10 people on his team already. Can we agree? 85 years old, the workplace, that's not, no, but here it doesn't matter. Equal is equal does. 18 to 85 don't matter, right? The second thing is the services. Can you think of anything that we all use together? I mean, if people say, I moved to Texas, right? I moved to Texas because of big electric bills. I remember they're like, electricity, you don't understand, it gets hot in Texas. I'm like, tell me how hot. They're like, no. We've had 100 days straight of over 100 degrees. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is exciting. They're like, no. Even in the night, like at night, it cools down to maybe 90 degrees. I'm like, so you run the air conditioning all the time? I'm like, this is unbelievable. Why? Because we sell electricity, cell phone service. Dude, think about your cell phone a second. How many of you have misplaced your cell phone? We all have, yes or no? And when you misplaced your cell phone, how many of you, the anxiety level starts to go up a little bit? Huh? How many of you are like, stop, call me, text me? How many of you right now? How many of you reached for your cell phone when I said cell phone? You're like, oh, where is my cell phone? Right? This is what we market. But here's the difference is you. See, this is the part of the training that I didn't like because here's why. I realized if somebody else did it, I can do it. But I got to learn I got to attend trainings. Guys, I wouldn't miss a training. Why? Because it's easy to attend and I can learn. I catch something every time. How many of you catch something every time? You realize we do the same training every time, but you're only catching a small percentage. See, they say that geniuses can catch 20 to 25% of a conversation. They say the average person catches about 7% of a conversation. I think I was probably a 4% guy. Now you're sitting there thinking, well, what do you mean? So here's how you think. Think about this. As someone talks to you, you listen, and then they make a point. And when they make a point, you think about the point, but what are they still doing? They're still talking and you pop up somewhere down the conversation. And I'll give you an example. How many of you saw a movie more than once and saw something the second time you didn't see the first? How many of you read a book more? Look, hands up. How many of you read a book more than once and got something the second time? See, you're catching that next 7%, catching that next 7%. So look, the trainings are so important for your success. Now, the last thing is this, is there's 4 steps to success here. Number 1, you've attended step 1. What? You attended a quick start training and you're going to get yourself qualified tonight and you're going to schedule up your PVZ, right? You're going to schedule up your grand opening and you're going to get yourself those couple customers. Great. Now you're at step 2. Step 3 is Friday night leadership. See, how many of you want to know how to go regional director? How many of you want to know what the possibility financially is at regional director? How many of you want to know the marketing plan? How many of you want to know a little bit more about, doing this? How many of you want to hear some more success stories? Come to Friday Night Leadership. See, this training right now is designed to do 2 things. 1, get you a couple customers, get you a few people underneath you, get you a $925 bonus, get you ETL, your second promotion, and get you into leadership. See, we stair-step you to success, And the last is registering for the Dallas event. We have an event coming up in Dallas, Texas on November 13th. It's 50% sold out. Now, the cost of the event, Harsh, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's $29, right? It's $29. Think about this. We got the owner of ACN flying in. This guy's worth, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's going to be at the event teaching you how to build an organization. Think about that. You're going to have somebody that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars that's going to come in, and for $29, he's going to teach you how to build a global organization. Here's what I suggest. Register for that event. See, here's what I know about this event. This event will put you 6 months ahead in your business, put you 12 months ahead in your business. We have a gentleman, Al Bellington. He went to an Emerge event, came back, right now is the #1 executive team leader in all of ACN. Now, what's the difference? He went to a Emerge event. He got to learn the skill set. He got to hear how to do it. He caught the vision of ACN. He's like, okay, I get this. He came back and exploded his business, right? There's people like, all the top people will be there and they're going to be teaching you. See, here's what I loved about ACN. You ready? I could copy. How many of you know what I mean by that? See, I went to Penn State University for 2 years. After the second year, the college asked me to leave. Yeah, I failed out, right? Now, my parents didn't laugh, but imagine if they would have said, Mike, here at Penn State, we'll allow you to copy. What would I have done? I'd have sat next to the smart kid and said, write big. I'd have had a 4.0. I'd have a doctorate right now, right? See, anywhere else in the world, you can't copy. Here, you can copy. Think about that a second. Think about that. How many of you are good at copying? Great. Come to Dallas and copy what the top people in this industry did. You're going to hear from Jeff and Melissa Street. They're going to be at the event. Let me tell you about Jeff and Melissa Street. They're #1 in the company right now. Think about this. I'm going to be sitting front row taking notes. Why? Because you're never too. See, here's the law of the universe. You're either growing or you're dying. Yes or no? You're either ripening or you're rottening. See, I'm going to be at the event growing myself and growing my business, right? So take a picture of that and get yourself registered. Now, here's what I know about this event is it's going to sell out. So don't procrastinate. Go online right now and get yourself registered for the event. Here's what I do know. Plane tickets are cheap. Plane tickets are inexpensive. We'll help you get there. I'll help you get there. Anything you need to do to get there, we'll help you get there, because here's what I know. It can change your life. I've watched too many people come to these events, leave, and change their life with the business. Now, the second thing is we're also, after that event, we're doing a recognition dinner, a gala, right? So think about it. We'll be in the event Saturday from 9 till 6, right, with a lunch break, and then we'll go right over to a dinner. And we're going to hear from the top people, the people that hit ETL the fastest, people that hit RD the quickest. We have a 100-day RD promotion. We have all kinds of people that are having success. We have people flying from all corners of the United States to get there, because here's what I do know. They want to build something significant. They want to build, look, coming from Maine to Dallas, right? Why? They're not letting a little distance stand in their way, because here's what I can tell you. I wish I was a good enough speaker where I could tell you what it's like to walk in my shoes for 12 hours or 24 hours. See, guys, I'm nobody special. You know what I just did? Applied what I learned. That's all I did. I went to my phone and I started calling the first person on the phone and said, hey, it's Mike. You have a second, look at other ways of making money. And when I quit prejudging and I started making those decisions, things started to change for me. Harsh, can you close that out? This business can do whatever you want. And trust me, timing is everything. Can we agree timing in business is everything? It's everything. And right now we're in a special time. There's people out there looking. There's people out there that want to do ACN just so they have something positive in their life. How many of you know that? What do you mean? It's positive and we can make money and we get paid residual and I can make a bunch of friends and I can grow as a human being. I'm in. I'll see you in Dallas. And here's what I do know. The people that are serious, I'll see you in Dallas. I can't wait to shake your hand. I can't wait to get to know you, because I know that you're serious. See, can we agree? The biggest thing in this business, what my sponsor told me, he goes, Mike, don't watch people's lips, watch their feet. How many of you know what I mean by that? How many of you people tell you what they're going to do, but they don't do anything? See, I'm going to be at that event in Dallas watching. Look, Peter Francis, see you in Dallas, buddy. I will see you in Dallas. I can't wait to spend time with each and every one of you. And here's what I will. If anybody flies to Dallas and at the end of Saturday night, you don't think it was worth your time, you come up to me and I'll refund every dollar you spent. And I've been saying that for 19 years and I've not had one person. We have 80,000 people in our team and I never had one person come up and say that wasn't worth my time. So guys, I'm excited to be in business with each and every one of you. I'm looking through the camera and getting to see your names and your faces, but I can't wait to shake your hand. I can't wait to give you a hug. I can't wait to allow you and meet some of the leaders that are going to be there, because here's what I do know. You do this thing right, this can change your life. So guys, before the night's over, make sure you get those couple customers. Make sure that you get in the book or the PBZ. And the last thing I'm going to do is this, right? Is on my name where it says Michael Mazer, I'm going to change it to my cell phone number. Everybody take this down. That's my cell phone number. Can everybody see it? That's my cell phone number. Put it in your book. If there's anything you need, feel free to give me a call. If you're one of those people that say, Mike, I'll have 20 people on a Zoom on Saturday, I'd love to participate in that Zoom. I'd love to help out. Say, Mike, I want to bring 10 people to Dallas, Texas. Text me that. I want to get to know you, because here's what I do know. We're going to be growing a business around the world together. So guys, I hoped I served you well tonight. I hope you got something out of my training. I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you, Dallas, Texas, November 13th. With that being said, that concludes tonight's training. Friday night leadership will start at 7 p.m. Make sure to put that in your calendar, 7 p.m. East Coast time. Friday night leadership for everybody hits the ETL level. I can't wait to see you at Friday night leadership so we can celebrate you, celebrate who you are, and hear your story. With that being said, that concludes tonight's training. God bless. Take care. Everybody have a great night. Take care, everyone.